Hi everyone, welcome to a new lecture. In this lecture, we are going to learn about Markdown, which is a lightweight markup language we use for formatting text documents. We use this in various places, but if you are working on Python or data science projects, you will be using this to document your workflow, describe data insights, etc. Unlike other formatting tools that you must have used previously, this has a small learning curve involved with it that you can easily master as you continue to learn. I have created this tutorial for beginners. Anyone can watch this video if they want to learn Markdown document formatting, irrespective of whether they are taking this course or not. So here are various use cases for Markdown as you can see on my screen. I have taken these points from their official website. Feel free to read it in your free time. We'll share the link to this notebook in our Discord server. So make sure to join our Discord server for accessing all the content and videos. So for our course, we'll be using Google Colab notebooks instead of the Jupyter notebook that we run on our local computer or local server because of a few reasons. So I want everyone, irrespective of system properties, to be able to follow along the course and have a consistent environment. Also, you can get started with coding directly without having to worry about libraries installation and stuff. So you don't need to install any library, anything. We'll need GPUs and TPUs for deep learning problems, so which is like easily available on Google Colab, unlike your local computers. So that's basically the important reason. I want you to get used to Google Colab so that you can be able to work on deep learning problems as well. And also most of the libraries are already installed here, unlike your local computer that I mentioned earlier. Paid members who are taking this course certification or those who have purchased support package will be able to share their notebooks in case they are stuck somewhere. So that's the most important reason, that you can simply click on the share button, enter an email ID, and we'll be able to access your document and see where you are facing the problem. So make sure to buy our priority support package in case you want to support this course if you need our priority support. Now Google Colab is similar to Jupyter Notebook. You don't need to worry about this because you will be able to work on Jupyter Notebook as well. It's almost the same other than a few keyboard shortcuts, and it runs on Google servers. In the future, I'll create one tutorial for the Jupyter Notebook installation as well on your local computer. And also you can watch several YouTube tutorial videos if you want to start with Jupyter Notebook only. So let's get started and learn about Markdown and a few things related to Google Colab. So before we start, let's make sure that we are on the same page. Visit colab.research.google.com, and there you will be able to log in and open a new notebook which is similar to this. And make sure to just open this notebook so that we can be on the same page. Once you open your notebook, you will see that here in the top right corner you will see a connect button. So once you click on the connect button, Google will distribute you some computational resources so that you can use your Jupyter notebook. So make sure to click on the connect button. Here I have disconnected it earlier, that's why it is showing reconnect. In your notebook you will see connect button option, so make sure to click on the connect button. Google will start allocating you resources and you will be able to use their resources so that you can execute your codes or whatever programs that you are running in your notebook. Alright, now as you can see I have this green tick here. That means that I'm connected to the Google servers, and now I can use this particular notebook to execute the codes. Now let's move to the concept of the code cells and the text cells. So in Jupyter Notebook or in Google Colab Notebook, we have two types of cells. One is code cells and one is the text cell. So if you click on the text cell, you will get a text similar to this, in which you can use the Markdown to format your text or the document. And in the code cell, you will be getting something similar to this, something grayish type. And there is this play button, which is the run button actually, and it looks like the play button in video player, but it is actually to run the particular cell. So if you are typing any code here, so let's say here I have written a code 2 plus 3. Now if I click on this particular run button, what it will do, it will run that particular cell and it will execute and give me the result, that is 5. Okay, so now you can see I received this particular output 5 here, and we have this green tick here. That means the the cell execution is like successfully completed. Here I have written I'm a text cell. So here if you double click on this particular cell, you'll see that particular option, that how I have written this particular cell. Now here I have this particular formatting tool available in front of me, that is designed by Google Colab. You won't see the same formatting tools in the in the Jupyter Notebook. Why? Because Google Jupyter Notebook basically works on its traditional approach, Markdown, and Google has added some new features for the user experience. So here you can use bold, italic, etc., quotes, etc., images. You can upload images, and you can use some listings, formatting, etc. But in the typical Jupyter Notebook, you won't be seeing these options. So you have to learn Markdown. That's why we won't be focusing on these options. All you need to do is just learn the Markdown, and so that you can be prepared for the basic Jupyter Notebook as well. Okay, so if you are writing simple text, it will be the paragraph, and here there are different types of headings in any document. So like there is heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6, etc., and like till heading 6 you can't produce heading 7. All right, so if I click on this particular cell, I'll see the option of the headings, how I have formatted the headings in Markdown. So as you can see, I have used two hash symbols, hash or pound symbols in this coding, HTML, etc. We call it hash. So if you are using single hash symbol, it will produce heading 1. If you are using double, it will produce 2. If you are using 3 hashes, you will produce 3. And in the same format, if you are using 6 hashes, it will produce heading 6. So if you want to document something with heading 6, you have to use 6 hashes. But if you are using 7 hashes, you will see that we are getting this output. That means Google or Markdown is not treating it as heading 7 because it does not exist, and you are getting output as paragraph. So you have to keep this thing in mind, and just try to format your headings in this particular manner. Okay, now let's move to the concept of bold, italic, how we format the text in bold, italic, or bold and italic format in Markdown. Okay, so in the bold, what we do is we use 2 double asterisks before and after the particular text, and it will make the output bold. And for the italic, we use single asterisk, which makes the output as italic. And you don't need to leave a gap between these particular this asterisk symbol and the word. You have to keep the word attached to the particular word so that you can get the output in that particular format. And if you are giving a gap, it won't be same as the one attached with the word. So it will be treated as simple paragraph. And if you want to make both bold and italic, you have to just add 3 asterisks. So this way you will be able to format your paragraph texts or whatever word that you want to make bold or italic. So that way you will be able to do the italics. Try to practice these things. Okay, and make sure to just type a few paragraphs and design experiment how I can make it italic or bold, and you will be able to understand the concepts. It will take some time to get used to this formatting, and you will definitely be able to learn it very quickly. So it's not a big deal. Now let's see what is block quotes and how we can format block quotes in the Markdown format. Okay, so block quotes actually are used to add some particular quoting, or let's say if you're quoting some author, or you want to point show something, emphasize on some particular text, so you can use block quotes in that particular situation. So to use the block quote, what we do, we use greater than symbol here, and one greater than symbol will produce the parent block quote, you can say. And if you're using double this greater than symbol, it will produce a block quote within a block quote. So let's say if you are using this double indentation, it will produce like a nested block quote here. Not indentation, it is not indentation, is something else, that is like giving a gap, you can say. But here you can say it's a nesting. Nesting means like one after another, like one within another. So if you can do nesting in this particular block quote, and also if you are like giving gap between these two particular lines, these two lines, I am block quote, and then after that I have used the double greater than symbol, and there after I mentioned I am a nested block quote. So if you are like giving gap between those two, they will be treated as two separate block quotes, but still the second one will be produced as a nested one. So just try to understand the difference. Once you will experiment on your own, you will be able to see the difference between the nested block quote and the parent one. Also you can like do further formatting, like you can use lists etc. in the block quote. So these are basically some like extended features of the block quote. So you can do the formatting in that manner as well, although you will be like using the basic one, like one greater than symbol, and then you will be using the block quote. So you don't need to worry about that. Now let's move to the concept of lists. So basically there are two types of lists: ordered lists and unordered lists. So in ordered list, what we do, we use numbers like 1 2 3 4, and in the ordered list, unordered list, we used some this dots, that's it. So to format ordered list, what we'll do, we'll just use one numbering, like 1 point list 1 3 point. I have like you can see I have used 1 3 6 7, but here the output is 1 2 3 4. So basically in Markdown, the formatting numbering has nothing to do with the output. All you need to make sure that the first one is whatever number you are preferring, that can be 1 2 3 4 5. The output will be in the same sequence. So if you are starting with 2, it will produce 2 3 4 5. If you are starting with 1, it will produce 1 2 3 4. So you need to ensure the sequencing. Although when you are like documenting your notebook, just try to stick to the reality, like use 1 2 3 4 only. You don't try to use different numbers here, so that you can get the output. Also just keep the consistency while editing the list, and always use the same 1 2 3 4 only. Now coming to the unordered list, here we have three ways to create an ordered list. One is using these stars, okay, one is this hyphen, and then plus sign. So these are also asterisks, like called asterisks, and you can also call it stars, whatever you like, or multiply symbol encoding. So once you click add this particular asterisk sign before the lists, it will produce something similar here, output. And also the same hyphen is also producing the same output, the plus sign is also producing the same output. So you can use this particular formatting, and also try to stick with any one of these, don't try to use all of them, just try to maintain the consistency while formatting your document. So use any one, plus, hyphen, or minus sign, or this asterisk. Also nesting is also available in lists. You can create further nestings deep down, so that you can go deep down within particular list. So here I have given you an example, list 1, and I have just made one indentation. Indentation means one gap, and after that I have used this particular list, and there is this nested list as an output, you can see here. Now in even lists also you can add paragraphs and block quotes, and you can do the further formatting in your own manner. You can add bold, italic, etc. So just try to experiment on your own, what are the things you can do, and how you can format your document in a beautiful manner if you want to present your code or the notebook with someone. Okay, now also we have the code option. So we have two types of code formatting. One is just simple code, which is used to denote any word or phrase as code. All you have to just use two backticks, one before and one after that particular word or phrase, or any anything that you want to just output as some code, or in this format you can say. So once you have added the two backticks, the result will be something similar. Okay, now we have code blocks. In code blocks, you can actually produce the entire code in that format only. So if you want to, let's say, add some HTML code in your document, all you have to do is add 4 spaces, 4 indentations, like click spacebar 4 times and write down your code. It will produce output something similar to this. Or you can use 3 backticks before the code and 3 backticks after the code, which will result in the similar output. Okay, so this is actually how we can add codes to the document. Now let's move to the concept of horizontal rules and links. So let's say in your document, if you want to add some horizontal lines, okay, all you have to do is add 3 asterisks, it will produce horizontal line, or add 3 hyphens. So this is something called dikers. The symbol is called dikers or something. I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but you can look up to the Wikipedia and find out the symbol name. Okay, now let's come to the concepts of links. How you can add link to any particular text. What you can do is, to do the formatting for the link, all you have to do is use square bracket and parenthesis. So in square bracket you have to write the text that you want to be treated as link, and in the parenthesis you have to add the link which will be attached with the text. That means if someone clicks on that particular text, they will be taken to the address. Alright, now if you want to add some tooltip on that particular link, tooltip means if someone hovers over that particular link, they will be shown a text. If you want to add tooltip or the title, it is also called title. So all you have to do is write down the text into quotation marks after this particular link, and your text will appear here. Alright, now if you want to add URL or email address, you simply have to use this bracket, and you can simply enter the URL and the email ID if you want. That way it will be like printed in this format. Also, if you want to make your links bold, italic, or in quotes formatting, you can simply follow the similar rule that we explained previously. Okay, now also if you're writing a huge paragraph, and let's say you have so many links, and you don't want to clutter your paragraph or your code, you can say the markdown code, then all you have to do is like use the concept of reference link. In reference link you have to use this square bracket, and here you have to like use another square bracket describing which link it is, and then in the same format, let's say we have another reference link there. Also you have to use the same formatting and use second square bracket to describe that this is the second link. At the end of the paragraph, what we can do is we can simply follow this formatting. We can use the square bracket, the reference link identifier, that is 1, and followed by colon. After that I can write the link, and once if you want, you can add the title as well. Title means the tooltip. In the same way you can also write for the other links in your documents or the paragraphs. Okay, that way you will be able to create the reference links. That means your code won't clutter and you will not get confused while typing, and that way you will be able to keep it clean. Alright, now let's move to the concept of images and videos. Images, how you can add images and videos to your document. So basically these are same thing, like adding links to your text. All you have to do is replace the link with your image and videos address, and let me show it to you. So here, if I want to add image to my document, all I have to do is write exclamation mark here, and this is like something different that we have done, you haven't done previously. So this is the exclamation marks that we use, and after that we have this square bracket which describes what this image is all about, which is also called alt text of that particular image. After that we have this parenthesis containing the link of that particular image or the path of that particular image. Path means if the file is stored locally, you can bring it from the local path as well. If you want to like bring it from some URL, you have to just copy the image address and print it here. After that, you can add your image some title, tooltip, etc. Okay, in the same format you will also be able to like add videos, etc. The same, simply have to replace this URL with the videos URL. And if you want to like make this image clickable with some some direction to a different website, external website, all you have to do is add a parenthesis and link to that particular website, and there is this whole entire formatting should be covered within a square bracket. You can see there is quite difference between these two formatting. So here I haven't used square bracket before this exclamation mark, but here I have used a square bracket before the mark. So you can see you have to add another square bracket if you want to make that particular image that clickable, and if you want to add external link to it, then you have to just create a parenthesis and add the link to that particular image. Alright, now let's move to the concept of character implementation. So let's say if you want to implement certain character which is actually used in formatting the particular document. So let's say we are using this star sign, plus sign, hyphen to format our document. Then how we are going to, like, let's say somewhere we need those particular symbols, right, in our document. So how we are going to implement them. To implement them, all you have to do is just use this backslash, and this will this will allow you to use the particular symbol in your document. You can simply use backslash before plus sign, hyphen, brackets, etc., and that way you will be able to format, use the document, use the symbol in your document. Okay. Now we also have the concept of table creation in this Markdown. So you don't need to create tables unless it is actually needed, because there are some external tools available to you which you can use to format the tables. But here you just need to understand how table works. So all you have to do is create something similar like these hashes and these like these symbols here, and you will be able to create the columns and rows of particular table, and that way you will be able to format it. This is the alignment. If you want some elements of particular table to be aligned to left, center, or to the right, then you can use the formatting here. You can see after syntax we have this formatting here, after description we have the formatting here, after text we have this formatting here. So that way you will be able to do that. This is something you don't need to learn, because there are some tools available, and obviously this is something you want to be using it in your document formatting, so don't need to worry about it. You don't even need to practice this much. Okay, all you need to do is just be aware of this particular thing. Now let's move to the concept of footnotes. So footnotes actually are used in some documents where you want to like send your readers to the particular source of that information or whatever text that you have mentioned there. So footnotes are actually created using the square bracket, and there is an identifier and this caret symbol here. So you have to use square bracket, then caret symbol, then the identifier. Identifier can be number or a text. So all you have to do is just write down the identifier, and at the end of the paragraph or at the end of the document, all you have to do is just do this formatting followed by this colon, and then you describe your footnote, and after that you have to add the another footnote, and you can describe it in the same manner. Okay, now let's move to the concept of IDs. So let's say you want to create table of content in your document. How you're going to do that? To do that, all you have to do is create the ID for that particular section. So let's say I have created an H3, and here H3 is first section, but I want this to be used in that particular table of content. So how I am going to do that? all you have to do is use this curly braces, and within the curly braces you have to use the hash symbol followed by that id of that particular section. Id can be any text, that can be section, section id, etc. So you have to write down the ids for every section, and all the ids should be unique. And you can use the particular id as a link formatting in your paragraph or in your table of content, anywhere. So the way we like write down the link in this square bracket text with this particular link in the parenthesis after that. So this way you will be able to like use the concept of IDs, and you will be able to create table of contents, or you can like simply create jumping, like you can send your readers from one text to another in the same particular document. Okay, now if you want to create strike through, let's say you want to create this particular output where the line seems to be crossed as if something this is not correct. So if you want to create some strike through in your particular document, all you have to do is use this tilde twice, like tilde, this symbol is called tilde. So you have to use this symbol twice, and this is the this symbol is available in the top left corner where you can access the backticks. So there you can use access this particular symbol, and you can use this symbol to create this strike through effect in your text. So that can be created using two tildes, two before this word and two after the particular word. Okay, now if you want to create something task lists, so let's say you want some tasks formatting. So here we have task 1, task 2, task 3, and you want some formatting like the task is finished, this task is pending. So all you have to do is create a square bracket, and if you are adding cross mark, that means the task is finished, and the output will be something similar as if it is marked as ticked. Okay, and if you want to add emojis can be added using this particular formatting, but in Google Colab the emojis are actually given there. So like all you have to do is add colon, and the moment you will click on colon, it will show you different types of emojis. So that way you will be able to add your emojis. So if you want to highlight the word, you have to use 2 equal signs before the word and 2 equal signs after the word. That way you will be able to do the highlighting. In Google Colab this is not supported, so you have to use the mark tag from the HTML, and that way you will be able to highlight the word. So this tag is actually used in HTML. If you are aware of HTML, then you will be able to do this. Otherwise you can simply remember how to mark this particular word. And also if you want to disable the URL, simply keep it in a text format, like code format, and that way the link will be unclickable. Nobody can click on that particular link. And if you are not using that particular formatting, then the link will be like output in this format. And if you want to add some admonitions like tips, warnings, etc. in between your documents, you can use some creativity, and you can follow all the rules that we have learned before, that how to do the formatting, and that way you will be able to format your document like using block quote, emoji, and bold icon. After that you will be able to like format your document in a nice manner. So that's all for this course. Try to go through the notebook and practice a little. All you need to do is just add a new text cell, practice whatever I have done, and see if you can like understand Markdown or not. If you face any issue, try to reach out to us, post your queries in the Discord community. Also in the next video, we are going to explain the basic concepts related to Python. After that, we are going to cover pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, etc. So stay tuned. We are going to cover Python as well, because we want you to have the concepts revised in a manner so that you can easily progress through the course. Also, we have started certification for this course. If you feel like you want to take certification or other like packages such as like access to premium content, access to priority support, etc., then you can simply sign up to our premium services from the link mentioned in the description. Don't forget to share this video, subscribe to this channel, and make sure to like ask your friends and family members to watch our videos if they are into data science or machine learning, or like if they are planning to like shift to these areas. and definitely your feedback and suggestions will help us improve the video. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Have a great day.